Hello students, welcome to Breedmark Academy. Myself LS Nanda. Now in our previous year question series of JEE Main and JEE Advanced, this is the next problem that I am going to take today. It's a multiple correct question based on the topic of definite integrals. It says let fx equal to 7 into tan x power 8 plus 7 into tan x power 6 minus 3 into tan x power 4 minus 3 into tan square x for all x belonging to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then we have to select the correct options. Now in the options, we have to evaluate two types of integrals. One is 0 to pi by 4 fx dx and another is 0 to pi by 4 x into fx dx. Now first of all, let's find the value of 0 to pi by 4 fx dx. Now you can see that the first two terms of fx, 7 into tan x power 6, can be taken common, right? So I take out 7 into tan x power 6 and inside the bracket I get 1 plus tan square x. And from the last two terms of fx, we can take out minus 3 into tan square x common. So inside the bracket again we have 1 plus tan square x, right? So that means out of the entire expression fx, 1 plus tan square x will come common. So I will be getting 7 into tan x power 6 minus 3 into tan square x in one bracket, and in another bracket I will be getting 1 plus tan square x. Now students, we know that 1 plus tan square x is nothing but secant square x. So if I put tan x equal to t in this integral, then secant square x dx will become equal to dt. I have differentiated both sides with respect to x. Fine. So now the entire integral gets converted in terms of t. So accordingly, I will have to change the limits also. So the limits of the integral become 0 to 1 now. Fine. Now inside the integral, I will be getting 7 into t power 6 minus 3 into t square into dt. Why dt? Because secant square x into dx is equal to dt. Now students, just use the formula of integral of x to the power n dx and solve this integral. So it becomes t to the power 7 minus t cube under the limits 0 to 1. So the value becomes 1 minus 1 minus 0. So this is finally 0. So that means option B is the correct one. Now we move to the integral 0 to pi by 4 x into fx dx. And let's find out which another option is correct. Now students, we find the value of integral 0 to pi by 4 x into fx dx. To find the value of this integral, I am using integration by parts. And to decide which function is going to be first function and which is going to be second function, I am using Eilert rule. Now since I know that x belongs to algebraic type of functions and fx is a trigonometric function, so as per Eilert rule, x becomes the first function and fx becomes the second function. Now apply integration by parts. It becomes first function into integral of second function minus integral derivative of first function into integral of second function, right? So it becomes like this. Now we need to find the value of integral fx dx. Earlier we found the value of 0 to pi by 4 fx dx. It is just similar to it. The only difference is that now we are not having any limits. So we broke down the value of fx as 7 into tan x power 6 minus 3 into tan square x into 1 plus tan square x. So that means integral fx dx becomes 7 into tan x power 6 minus 3 into tan square x into secant square x. Now do the same thing here also. Just put tan x as t and secant square x dx will become equal to dt. So now just integrate it. It becomes t to the power 7 minus t cube. Now at this stage, because it's not definite integral, it's indefinite integral, so t will be replaced by tan x. Now it becomes tan x power 7 minus tan x cube, right? Now students will be using this expression wherever we are having integral fx dx. So now it becomes x into tan x power 7 minus tan cube x, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 4, and in the second part also it is 0 to pi by 4, and in the place of integral fx dx I am going to put tan x power 7 minus tan cube x, right? Now this first part of the integral becomes just 0. Why 0? Because it is going to be pi by 4 into 1 minus 1, which is 0, and then minus 0. So this is completely 0 minus. Now here it is tan x power 7 minus tan cube x. So what I do in this case, I again take tan cube x common, and inside the bracket I will be getting tan x power 4 minus 1. Fine. Now students, we move further. Now just take out minus sign common, and now the integral becomes 0 to pi by 4 tan cube x into 1 minus tan x power 4. Now students, this 1 minus tan x power 4 can be factorized as 1 minus tan square x into 1 plus tan square x. I have just used the identity a square minus b square equal to a minus b into a plus b, right? And this 1 plus tan square x can now be written as secant square x again. Fine. So now the integral becomes 0 to pi by 4 tan cube x minus tan x power 5 into secant square x dx. Now repeat the same process, put tan x equal to t, and secant square x dx will become equal to dt. Change the limits also. Now limits become from 0 to 1. So it is going to be how much? It becomes t cube minus t to the power 5 dt. Fine. Now just integrate it. It becomes t to the power 4 upon 4 minus t to the power 6 upon 6 under the limits 0 to 1. Now students, just put the limits and get the answer. It becomes 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6 minus 0. So this is how much? It becomes 1 upon 12. So that means option A is also correct. So finally we get A and B as the right options. Fine. Now students, next question I will be posting tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. So keep watching my videos and enhance your knowledge. Thanks.